Hi everyone, my name is Rick and I welcome you back to my channel. As you can tell, it's a little chilly because last night it got down to 41 degrees. I had to move a lot of these plants, but I moved them back out because tonight it's only going to go down into like 58, 59 degrees. So it was just a brief cold front that moved through, but we'll be back into the 80s and 60s at night for the foreseeable future. So today I'm just going to show you the garden again, and I'm going to show you 10 Hoyas that I selected, and then I'm going to take you down the street. There's a very interesting mango tree that I'd like to share with you what's going on. I think you'll like that. So please sit back and enjoy. So yeah, the temperatures went down to 41 degrees, but it only stayed that low for a very short period of time. And it's back up to like 62 degrees. So the weather's gonna stay warm, I think, until we won't have another cold like that until probably November, December at the end of the year. I'm about 5 miles from the Gulf of Mexico here in St. Petersburg, Florida, and we're considered a zone 10A. So yeah, let me just show you a couple things here. The Dendrobium aggregatum is stayed out here the whole night, even when it dropped down to 41 degrees, and it didn't suffer whatsoever. So it's a pretty resilient plant, even though these flowers look a little dainty, but they did survive the cold pretty well. Yeah, we don't get that cold here in St. Pete. I think the coldest it's gotten like that, it was about 25 years ago. Even the Hoyas that were in bud that stayed out here, this is the EPC 1015. Nothing happened, and they actually opened up in the middle of the night, I believe. And we have some more umbels. So yeah, the plant gets plenty of sun. So I hear Swiffer around here somewhere. She must be chasing lizards. So yeah, the garden looks pretty good. I did move a few thin-leaved Hoyas into the greenhouse, but other than that, also many trays of plants that I was trying to root, and I brought those in the greenhouse as well. So yeah, some of the dendrobiums didn't suffer whatsoever. They do pretty well. And my bromeliad is always an eye catcher when I walk down this path. And I think from last video you saw my spotted cattleya here. It's called Lululand, and its sister seedling there is closing up a little bit. Now this one was given to me by a friend, and it's called Erosion MV Glisse. It is an award-winning cross. It's quite beautiful lavender color, and it's the third time I believe it's bloomed for me, and I've had it for about a year, a little over a year. So this is the EPC 1002, and it looks like it's forming a nice little tip there. Maybe it's gonna bloom soon. And a bunch of Hoyas that were here I took in to the greenhouse, but there's a couple buds. There's one, and that's one of my crosses. It's the cross of Valmayoriana with Estrellensis. And I should have brought that one in the house because it's somewhat small leafed. And the Icensis, the buds look fine still. And it has about 5 peduncles on it, and that should be open by next week. And I got this little gift in the mail from a friend of mine, Dana. Thank you. It's just cute little ladybug that just clips on the side of the pot, and it's perfect on this big ovovata Hoya that I have here. Oh, there's Swiffer doing her rounds, or harassing the lizards, her favorite pastime. So yeah, here's the backyard. I didn't move that much from the trees because most of them are attached. There's quite a few that are forming buds, and I'll share those with you next time. Lots going on this side of the yard, and I'll be doing a video more when a lot of the flowers are probably going to open up in the next couple weeks. So I'll show you around that section then. So let me just show you a couple things over here, and then I'm going to get to the Hoyas. And this thing is a Philodendron patriciae, and I left it outside, and now that I'm thinking about it, it probably should have gone into the greenhouse. 41 is too cold for it. I hope it didn't really cause that much damage. And the other thing over here, these cattleya's are all getting excited and forming buds. And this one over here is called BLC Nugget Digger. I love that yellow-orange color. It's one of my favorites. So yeah. And this is Hoya pakicada. I think I showed it to you last week, but it wasn't fully open, so I wanted to show it to you again and show you the blooms close up. Yeah, it's a beautiful Hoya. It's pretty easy to take care of. Just don't overwater it. And I like the fact that it's more of an upright Hoya. Almost looks like a bonsai type plant. And it gets these really nice clusters of very fragrant clove, jasmine-y smelling flowers. So it's definitely, you know, more of a common Hoya, but one of the more beautiful ones. And I wanted to show you guys this Hoya. I think I featured it before. This is Hoya cowlang. I got it from a friend in Hawaii, and it's putting out tons of new growth. And the leaves are kind of like diffuse splash a little bit, and it's a really, really fast grower. And I have never seen flowers from this plant. I'm assuming it has like Hoya verticillata characteristics, but yeah, if anyone has flower pictures from this Hoya, please let me know. I'd be very interested to see what they look like. And this is one of the Hoya colinas. I really like this variety because it gets pretty sun stressed really easy, and the pattern of the sun stressing is quite interesting to me. So if you don't have this one, it might be one that you might want to add to your collection if you are into smaller leaf Hoyas. And this is kind of an update. This is one of the Hoya Saba Borneo. That's what I received it at last year. And it's still in this little 2-inch, 3-ounce cup. And the leaves are quite beautiful. They stress pretty well as well. And as you can see, it's blooming in this tiny little cup. In this peduncle here, and it's formed another peduncle. And I have it under a grow light, so that may have something to do with it this early in the season for this species to be blooming. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't think I've boomed this one before, so I'll be in bloom next week, and I'll show you guys. So yeah, you can really get some Hoyas to bloom in tiny little cups, even a big size Hoya leaf like this one. And this is Hoya rigidifolia. As the name implies, the leaves are pretty rigid. They feel like cardboard almost. And I was lucky enough to get a specimen from Thailand with the peduncle, so hopefully it'll bloom for me soon. And it's rooted really well in my mix here. And I've only had this plant for about 2 weeks, so I'm really happy to get another one. I don't know what happened to my other one. I must have misplaced it or lost it, but I haven't been able to find it in a few months, so lucky to have this one. And this is Hoya species Baku, B-A-K-U. There's not much information on this online at all. I haven't been able to find a flower picture. I suspect it's somewhat related to Hoya ensis, the Hoya that has the really roughly small leaves. The leaves are about the same size, but the leaves on this are quite different. But I wouldn't be surprised if the flowers on this are orange and on the small size. So yeah, so if you know any information, please comment below. I would love to see a picture of flowers of Hoya species Baku. And this is a Hoya that goes around by Hoya Wilbur Graves from China, or Hoya Noid, or Wilbur Graves from China. And as you can see, it has really splashy, it's a carnosa with really splashy leaves. I had it under the grow light and it started losing some of the splash, which I thought was kind of weird. And then I moved it into the greenhouse where it got natural sunlight for a couple of hours a day. And the splash is coming back quite nicely. So I wanted to show you a couple of my seedlings for my cross, Hoya Geneve crossed with RHM1. These are about, it was August, so they're not even a year old. And as you can see, they're under grow lights and they're looking quite attractive. And I wanted to share it with you guys. And I'm going to be posting update videos on these as they mature. And here is the peach bellini that I showed to you a few weeks ago. I was actually surprised last week to find a peduncle on this small Hoya here. So I will be posting more updates as when it blooms in this little pot. So really excited to get it to bloom in a 2-inch pot. And one of the last ones for you today is Hoya species Affinis Burtonae, variegated. As you can see, it has a lot going for it. It's fuzzy. The variegation is quite beautiful. Like the variegated part is like actual like lime yellow. Very attractive plant, and hopefully I can grow it out to be a very big plant of all variegated leaves, and I hope it doesn't revert on me. But as you can see, the growth is looking promising. So Hoya species Affinis Burtonae. And I saved this quite attractive, it looks like a verticillata type Hoya, but the leaves are quite stunning. They are really big and wide. They have a nice form to them with a dark edge. It's called Hoya species from West Kalimantan, which is a location it was found in. And as you can see, it has some really cool looking buds. And these flowers are probably a little old, but that's what the flower looks like. And it has another umbel over here. So it's a very attractive Hoya. The large leaves and the way how easy it is to grow and bloom. It's one of my favorites actually. So I saved that one for last. And if you get a hand on one of these, I'm sure you'll enjoy growing it as well. As you can see, the leaves are quite attractive on this. Okay, Swiffer, let's go look at the mango tree. Actually, no, you stay right here. She doesn't like to leave the yard, which is a great thing. She just stays back here, and every time I go in the front yard, she runs back. So let me take you and see that mango tree down the street. So I have a mango tree in the backyard, and I also have this mango tree I planted about 3 years ago, and it's already up to about 40 feet. It's full bloom right now. Let me show you some of the blooms. It was really windy last night, so it blew some of the blooms away, but let me show you what they look like. Those are the flowers on the spikes there, and they are pollinated by flies and bees. That's what I usually see on them. And the tree is really covered in them. And the reason I wanted to show you the one down the street is because it is blooming like mine, and it has mangoes from a previous bloom that probably happened about a month or two ago. So let me walk down here. And show it to you. It's this clerodendron in full bloom there. And these are sea grapes, very common here in Florida. And this is what I was talking to you about, is the 2 mango trees. As you can see, it's covered in blooms, and it has mangoes forming that are probably a couple of months old. So they'll have 2 crops, which is really cool. And they have this tree that is covered, this variety. There's hundreds of varieties of mangoes, so I don't know which ones these are. And this is another variety, it looks like, also covered in fruit. So here we go, the 2 mango trees that really fascinated me the other day. I wanted to share with you guys. And that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like and subscribe. And I will be doing a video every week and posting it on Sunday. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.